Hi everyone. There are some questions on the quiz for chapters 4 and 5 that several people got tripped up by, so I wanted to show you how to do those problems. Alright, here's one of them. It was number 3 on the quiz. So we're solving this system of equations using substitution. We can tell that substitution is a good idea because this first equation, it already is solved for x. It has one of the variables by itself on one side. And the idea is, since this first equation tells us that x is actually 4 minus 1 over 4y, we'll just take this and put it into the first equation for x. When we do that, we get 4 times 4 minus 1 over 4y minus 5y equals negative 8. This equation has only one variable, just y, so we can solve this equation for y. To do that, let's distribute right here to deal with these parentheses. So that gives us 16 minus 4 times 1 over 4 is 1, so 16 minus y minus, here we go, minus 5y equals negative 8. Now we can simplify the left-hand side by combining like terms. We get 16 minus 6y equals negative 8. Now we can move the 16 to the other side. We can subtract 16. We get negative 6y equals negative 8 minus 16 is negative 24. And then we can divide both sides by negative 6, and we get y equals 4. All right, now that we know that y is 4, we can go back and use one of the original equations to figure out what x has to be. Let's use this second equation here. That looks like that'll be the easiest one to use. We get x equals 4 minus 1 over 4 times y, but now we know that y is 4. So this gives us x equals 4 minus 1 over 4 times 4 is 1. And so x is 3. So our solution, x comma y, is 3 comma 4. Okay, there's the first one. Let's have a look at the second problem. So it was number 4 that seemed to cause some trouble. So here we're solving a system of equations again, but this time we're going to solve this using elimination. You can tell elimination is a good idea on this one because the x's in both equations, there are the same number of x's. When there are the same number of x's like this, we can subtract the second equation from the first. Because there are the same number of x's, when you subtract, the x's all cancel, and we're just left with y's. So negative 7y plus, negative 7y minus 8y. Don't forget that we have this minus sign over here. Really, it gets distributed to each piece like this. So negative 7y minus 8y is negative 15y. And then negative 4 minus 11 is negative 15. Now we can divide both sides by negative 15. And we get y equals 1. Okay, now we know y. We have to go back and find x. We can use either the first equation or the second one. I'll use the first equation for no real reason. It's first, I guess. We get 6x minus 7 times y, but now we know that y is 1, so we'll put that in there, equals negative 4. Okay, so let's add 7 to both sides. We get 6x equals negative 4 plus 7, that's 3. And now we can divide by 6. X equals 3 over 6, and that's a half. So x is a half. So our solution for this one, x comma y, is 1/2 for x and 1 for y. Okay, moving right along, let's have a look at this. So this is number 7. The idea here is just to simplify this expression as much as we can, and we can use the laws of exponents to simplify this. So we'll start by using the power of a product rule. So when you have a product inside of parentheses and an exponent outside, this exponent sort of jumps onto each part of the product like this. So this becomes 5 to the third times x to the 9th to the third. Okay, 5 to the third is 125, and then x to the 9th to the third. In this situation, there's another law of exponents, the power law, that says that you can just multiply these two exponents. So we get x to the 9 times 3, that's 27. So this exponent right here, this is 9 times 3. All right. At this point, there's nothing else we can do to simplify it, so we're done. And let's have a look at number 8. So number 8, same general idea as the last one. Use the laws of exponents to simplify this expression, but we're going to be using different laws. So here we have a power of a quotient. With the power of a quotient, the power again jumps onto each factor like this. Okay, so we get 3 squared times a to the 4th squared over 4 squared times b to the 8th squared. And now, just like last time, when you have a power with another power like this, you can multiply these powers. So 3 squared is 9 times a to the 4 times 2 is 8th power over 4 squared is 16 times b to the 8 times 2 is 16. And again, there's nothing we can do to simplify. There are no common factors to cancel, so we're done. I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions about any of those problems.